Myself, I am Dr. Jntuh. In this class, I am going to discuss with the various file system concept. Moving to the condition, what is file? File is nothing but a collection of large number of data which will be organized into a group of directories, which is easier to the user to use that particular application. We can easily organize them and retrieve the files from a large storage media. The files are mapped into the physical devices by the OS with the help of the extended file system. For example, we can name a file related to the information which we are going to store it in the particular device. Either we can store a file in a secondary storage device such as magnetic disk, tape, and optical disk. In general, we can say that a file is a sequence of bits, bytes, lines, and records whose meanings are defined by the file creator and use. Data files may be a numeric file, alphabetical file, alphanumeric file, and binary file. According to the file structure is divided and named as a requirement for the operating system standard. A file can be defined as a according to its type, and it is characterized to the number of possible lines that are going to be written into the possible pages. A source file is a sequence of function which can be organized, and the declaration here are used by the executable statement. And executable file is going to be created, and an object file is going to be created. An executable file is nothing but a series of code sections that a loader can bring into the memory and execute the particular content. An object file is nothing but a sequence of files that is organized into blocks that are understandable by the machine language. Whenever the operating system defines the file structure, it also contains different types of codes. For example, in the Unix operating system and the MS-DOS will support minimum number of file structure. Moving to the next topic, that is file attributes. The file attributes can be classified into different types. First, the file should have a name. It will contain only the information in a human readable form. After that, the identifier is used in the file. Here, a unit tab will identify the file within the file system that a human readable name for the particular file. Next, what is the type of a file needed for the particular system can be supported and used by the different types of locations. Coming to the location, we can use a pointer value to store a file location on the device. The size of a particular file will be in the bytes, words, or blocks. The file should be protected as it can have a control. Whoever can read a file, write a file, and execute a file like that. Regarding the time, date, and user identification, a file will contain the creation of the lost modification that is used and lost opened file of the status on the protection and security status of the monitoring. So these are all the attributes that we are going to discuss in the file. So the next one is the example for the Windows operating system on Mac OS. Here, a list of files has been created under the name. For example, if I am a user, I am having read-write permission, read-only permission, and everyone is having no access like that. Which category of people will be having privileges of which type of permission is listed here. So this is how the file permissions has been given in the file system. Moving to the next topic, file operation. File is an abstract data type. We can create a file, read a file, write a file, and reposition a file. Like that, we can do several operations. Creating a file is nothing but the file system must be found for the particular file. Second, the entry of a new file must be made in a particular directory. In a write operation, we can write a file pointed to that particular location. Likewise, read permission will be enabled to the particular users where the read permission of a particular file will be pointed to a several location. Reposition within the file, the directory which is going to be store the current file position is repositioning with a particular input output condition. Delete file is nothing but we are going to release all the file spaces so that the file can be reused with and erased with that particular sequence. Truncate is nothing but the user who want to erase the content of a file can keep only its attributes and delete the particular file. Open a file, we can search a directory on a disk. After that, we can open a file, close a file, move the content to the entry of a file, and we can close the particular file. Appending is nothing but adding a new information at the end of the existing file, and renaming the particular file is called as appending sequence. So the next file operation is open the close operation. As we know that the files can capable of opening a new file and closing of a file. The operating system keeps a table called open file table containing all information about the open file. Here the open system call can be made before the file is going to be used. Whenever the file operation is requested, the file is specified via the index into the table. No searching is required for this particular file. Moving to the next condition, open and close. Here we can use also the pre-process open file in the PCB and pre-process closing file in the close file. Hence, the system will be having a peer-to-peer process table. A system-wide table will be created for this. For the open file, it will having a open track record files. File pointer should be there. For example, the last read-write location of the particular process of the file should be there. File open count. We should count how many number of times that the file is opened and is allowed for the processor to close it the file location. Disk location of the file. The information needed to locate the particular file on the disk is kept in the memory for each operation to be performed in the task. Moving to the access right, each process open a file in an access mode. So this will contain the process table information is stored, whether the particular file is in a read permission, write permission, like that. Open file locking condition. Similar to the open condition, certain conditions of the files, that is reader writer mode, should be given for each and file. Whichever the user, those who are going to use the particular file can log that and use the particular process concurrently. Exclusive log is similar to the writer log. So all the users cannot name the write permission. Those who are giving the permission of the write can mediate the file and access the file and write the file. Mandatory or advisory. Mandatory is nothing but that the access is denied depending upon the logs held requesters of the particular request made by the user. Advisory is nothing but that the process can find the status of the log and decides what to do. The next topic is name and extension. How the file type is going to be executable under the extension name. What is the function of it? Here the file type which we are using is an object file is going to be created with the extension OBJ, and the function is it is going to be compiled with the status of the particular language. For example, if a source code is developed in any of language, C, C++, Java, Perl, like that, it is going to be saved by .c like that the source code is going to be executed in the various languages like that. We have to name the file and store it in a particular extension. Moving to the file structure, we are having simple record structure and complex record structure. Simple is nothing but it will be having fixed length or variable length. Complex structure, it is a relocatable flow file where the operating system will decide which type of file structure we are going to use it. Some of the operating system have minimal number of files. For example, Unix operating system will be having 8 bits of files. Moving to the next one, access method. Here we are having sequential access file and random access file. File will store the information. When it is going to be stored, this information must be accessed and read into the computer memory. So sequential access file is nothing but the information in the file is going to be proceeded in order, one record after the other. For example, editors and compilers. Here, the sequential access tape will be followed. A read operation, read next will be processed. Read the next operation of the file and automatically advances a file pointer to the particular location. And write operation, write next appends to the end of a file and advances to the end of the new file that is going to be made. After that, after the read and write condition, the reset condition is also that data is accessed after the one record after the other and rewind to the original position. So these are the different categories of access method. In a sequential file method, we can make, read, write, and rewind conditions. So this is a diagram explaining the sequential access file. The second category of file is direct access or random access. A file is made up of a fixed length of logical record that allows a programmer to read a file and write a file in a particular order. The direct access method is based on the disk model of a file, which will allow the particular disk randomly access the file anywhere in the sequence. For a direct access, the file is viewed as a numbered sequence of blocks on records. There is no restrictions on the order of reading and writing for a direct access file. While the direct access file can use the immediate access and the large information can be stored in the particular file. The databases which are used in the direct access can be easily be retrieved from the particular disk. Moving to the file operation in the direct access method, here the file operation can be modified. It includes the block number and the parameter method. The block number provided by the user to the operating system is normally retrieved by a block sequence. Relatively, the block file 0 will be having the next location as 1. Like that, evenly we can store the absolute data of a particular file in the relative block number. So this method is called as a direct access method file operation. Moving to the next one, sequential access. See, in the sequential access, we can move the file. Without direct access, we can move the file. For example, other users cannot use that particular file with a direct access. They can use only in a consistent manner by keeping a variable content of the particular file at the current position. For example, in a reset position, the direct access will be 0. For the read-write position, the direct access will be incremented by 1. And write next condition, it will be accessed by the increment position, current position as 1. Like that, we can move the sequential access of a file from one method to another method. Another method of a file is index access method. The index is nothing like the back of a book. For example, we can view whatever the contents which are inside the book, like that we can view. For example, we can say that the book is a best example of a particular index access method. We can directly access this method only by accessing the top of the file. For example, how many bytes of file is that? 10-digit file, 6-digit file, 16-digit file, like that. We can access the total content of the file, and we can classify that as a large file, small file, like that. We can classify it. This is the example for the index and relative file. Here, the index file has been listed. The last name and the last logical number record has been listed here. For example, in the secondary block, the index block point has been made for the particular file. The file stored here will be a defined key. We cannot change the particular value of the file. So the index that is related to the Smith has been stored here. For example, Smith having two different types of name, and he is going to use a particular directory, and his age is like that related to the particular name. A relative file can be stored in the sequence. Thank you.